Matt Simonds.
Connor.
Glad to have you here, brother.
Thank you.
Like I said earlier, last year or 2 years ago, I had Jordan Muschamp do a sit-down conversation, and he did a video. And then the next month, I had Matt Simonds come in for a video and do a video right in there. And we literally did the exact same thing again. Jordan came, and then you came, and so we're having another sit-down chat. But anyways, I just appreciate you coming back.
It's fate.
It's fate. It's fate.
Sounds like I need to meet Jordan.
No new friends. Yeah, have you never met Jordan?
No, I don't know Jordan.
Oh my gosh. Okay, we got to introduce you to Jordan. He's a great guy. Well, man, I think you're an Atlanta guy. You've been in the city of Atlanta for forever, your whole life, basically. One thing that I always like to ask people that are from Atlanta, always been in Atlanta, is like, okay, what's your perfect Saturday, springtime? It's kind of cloudy today, but springtime, perfect Saturday in Atlanta. You're either with your family or not. What are you doing? Where are you eating? Who you hanging with? What are you doing?
I got two.
Okay.
So most Saturdays I'm going to be coaching T-ball.
Okay.
NYO? NYO.
NYO T-ball.
So that's just probably a given. There's going to be some hours at the park. And then, if it's a family day like that, then, we'd probably go home, let the kids play with the neighborhood kids, and then ideally maybe could grab a babysitter, and then my wife and I would be at Big B's Fish Joint outside of Chastain Park.
Big B's Fish Joint.
Favorite restaurant, my favorite restaurant in Atlanta, probably.
Hold on. I've never even heard of that.
It's fantastic.
How have I never heard of that?
They fly it in daily.
Where is that?
It's off Roswell Road.
Give me like something that's
right next to Taxco.
Okay. So same side of the road as Taxco?
In the Trader Joe's development.
Okay. So that same side.
Yeah.
Is it like, can you walk to it from Taxco?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's your favorite restaurant in Atlanta.
Yeah. And then the other one would be if it was a guy's day, it would be golf and Clay's.
So where'd you go?
Wings at Clay's.
Okay, so here's the biggest debate I had guy named Will Collins on a couple times ago. He said that the local had the number one wings in Atlanta. Have you had the locals wings?
I'm with him. They are good. It's just not convenient for me. Clay's is closer, and it's just about as good.
Okay, so you're trying to condense your
But
life.
I'm with him. That's an elite wing.
The local has an elite wing, but is Clay's better?
No.
So the locals is better, but you're going to Clay's
a little bit better
for convenience.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that makes complete sense. And you're playing golf where?
Maybe Bobby.
Okay. Because we're waiting on the DCC.
Maybe Dunwoody. We'll see.
Okay. We're waiting on the Dunwoody. Okay. I love that. Dude, that's an elite day. I am actually kind of upset that I don't know about the fish joint. So what's so good about the fish joint?
Well, they fly it in daily, and then the service is top notch.
They fly fish in.
The second time I walked in, the owner greeted me by name. That sold me.
So that means that he asked you for your name on the first time,
Yeah.
which is already pretty elite because no one's asking their names on the first time.
That's right.
That's amazing. Not Hal's, not Storco, not all the ones that people talk about.
No.
Are those too commercialized?
Yeah, too much.
Too much. And your wife likes it too?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Well, that's good to know, man. I think the other thing I was going to ask you is, you're one of those agents that's had good success in Atlanta where there's a ton of people competing for the same business. And I always just think that that's something that's worthy of, asking more detail into because there's so many new agents that come into business. How do you have success? And so here's my question. If a new agent followed you around for a week and watched every single move that you made, what would be the single thing they noticed that surprised them or shocked them, but gave the biggest indication about why you've had success?
I think it would be the amount of phone calls that I make that aren't business related.
Okay. Tell me more.
They're just relationship related. But that generally leads itself to business in some roundabout way, whether that be them sending me a friend or them calling me when it's time. But it's not, the goal of the call is never like to orient myself to gain a client right away.
It's just to catch up
Yeah.
and be Matt and be a friend.
Be a friend. Yeah.
I absolutely love that. I could not agree with you anymore. So are you intentionally building relationships? You going out of your way to intentionally build relationships?
It's a goal.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a goal. I mean, it's hard in my season of life with young kids, but for new relationships. But it's I mean, it's certainly a goal.
Why do you think that that would shock a young realtor?
Because I think that most people get in the business thinking, oh, I've got to get a deal. I've got to get a deal. I've got to get a deal. And I think if that's your focus, that comes off as a little bit scammy, maybe.
Yeah.
Whereas, people like to work with people they know, like, and trust. And so if you are just someone they know, like, and trust, the deal flow comes more organically.
So what's your mindset? Is your mindset, I'm going to build as many natural, organic relationships as possible? Or is the mindset, I'm just going to keep up with the relationships
I think
already
it's
have?
cultivating the existing relationships the most.
Nice. I like that a lot. So you're keeping up a lot of old friends and a lot of, that makes a lot of sense. Kind of along the same lines, what's a belief that you have about real estate or about your work or your life in general that most people in the industry would actually disagree with you on?
It's kind of similar. I would say that I don't do any marketing, really.
I've noticed
this
that,
makes
yeah.
me uncomfortable. So for me, my focus is on serving the client exceptionally well. And if I had my druthers, I would do that all day versus like putting out a flyer or doing a social media post. I would love to serve a client all day long if I could.
Over marketing.
Yeah.
So the big thing is that people would disagree with you on is you don't do marketing.
Yeah.
Yeah. You do some LinkedIn.
I do a little bit of LinkedIn.
Yeah.
But and I should and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I should do more marketing.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. I'm humble enough to admit that
If I did
that
a
could
little
be a
more
bad
marketing.
strategy.
Yeah.
I could be leaving some potential clients on the table there.
Well, the truth is though, your belief leads you to success because the people that do work with you love you.
And then you get organic referrals, to
Right.
people that they work with and stuff like that. So that's been my strategy. I don't know if it's the best strategy, but most agents do a lot of marketing.
Yeah, a lot of market. There's a lot of competition.
I just don't like talking about myself.
Hey, I think that actually does a good thing for you, honestly. That's really cool. And you've been inside the perimeter forever, and so all these relationships and plenty of people know who you are. Plenty of people know what you do. But being inside the perimeter forever, so you grew up where?
I grew up in Chastain Park.
Okay, and you've literally never moved outside the perimeter.
No.
So you grew up in Chastain Park, and then you went to Tech.
Went to Tech.
So you lived in Midtown. And then now y'all live kind of Brookhaven, Sandy Springs area,
Yep.
Windsor Parkway. So you've never left anywhere inside the perimeter, which is kind of a unique thing. What is like one belief you have about Atlanta or living inside the perimeter that most people would be like, why does he think that or believe that?
Well, I love traffic. I love to study it.
You love traffic.
I don't love sitting in it, but I love like analyzing it. And
No one's ever said those three words.
I love like escaping on a back road that I know that somebody else doesn't know.
Okay.
And I love like looking at the timing of traffic lights, and I think my wife gets mad at me because I talk about it too much. But
So like other people are laying on the horn and swerving around people and cutting people off, and you're like calculating like the timing of stoplights and just having fun.
pretty much.
Dude. So you're the only person in all of Atlanta that likes traffic. Has this always been a belief of yours?
It's just always fascinated me to try and figure out how to get somewhere a little bit quicker than the average bear.
Is there any specific things that I need to know about, or that people? Well, actually, not everybody. So maybe we don't need to clip this up. But like, is there any routes or things that you like? No one knows about this, and it's the best kept secret.
I can't give that away, but I will say my biggest pet peeve is when there's a middle double yellow turning lane, and someone comes to almost a stop to get into the. It's a decel lane for a reason.
For sure.
Get into the lane, then slow down.
Yep.
I'm supposed to keep going 35.
Totally.
I'll leave it at that.
Do you know about the off ramp? If you're going downtown, like to a Hawks game or a Falcons game, getting off like at Atlantic Station and
Yeah.
then riding that road all the way down, you dodge all that connector
Oh, yeah.
traffic. That's my top secret.
That's a gold.
And we'll give it away to the 5 people
Yeah.
who watch this video, so they can also enjoy it.
Hopefully it's only 5.
Hopefully it's only 5. That's hilarious.